I've got something in my hand, and you've probably got this in your golf bag, and it is probably the most powerful way and the easiest way to change your golf swing. So what is that really powerful tool? Golf ball. Trust me, this is the most powerful thing that you can use when it comes to changing your golf swing. I'm going to explain to you what I mean. My name is Chris Ryan, I'm a PJ golf professional, and it's my job to improve your game whilst keeping it pretty simple. Let's say, well, I've got a 6-iron in my hand here, so let's say I'm going to set up and I'm going to hit this golf ball. We're all going to have a certain swing shape. We've all got our own traits that we have, our different movements and our different deliveries. Okay, I know what mine is. I tend to get my club path going too much out to the right. I therefore struggle with kind of push shots and hook shots. So if I make a golf swing and I hit this golf ball here, I have that tendency, I have that shape. So what about if you took that ball out the equation and you said to me, okay, Chris, I want you to hit this golf ball. Now, clearly that's in a very different position. It's way forward in my stance. It's not where it normally would be. Well, if I made the exact same golf swing that I always make, my golf swing with my traits and my tendencies, what's going to happen is the golf ball's going to come down. It's going to arrive kind of here where my ball normally is. It's going to move through, and I would completely miss that golf ball. I'd have an air shot. I'd look so silly. I'm not going to do that. You're not going to do that. So I would do something different to hit that golf ball. So if the instruction was, take a setup, hit that golf ball, my golf swing will change 100%. And think about this, if my golf swing would change to hit that golf ball, it would also change in the opposite way to hit this golf ball and this golf ball. So if we move the ball around in our stance, you will do whatever it takes to make contact, and we can use that to change your golf swing. And this can help you fix a hook, a push, a pull, a slice, whatever it may be. We're going to use my golf swing as an example because I probably need a little bit of practice, and we're going to kind of go through this theory for you. But you can use any ball position to fix your golf swing. So we've got the full swing kit down here. We're going to be looking at club path, and I'm going to show you exactly how powerful this can be. So let me go ahead and hit a shot. This is my, I say, 6-iron from a pretty standard ball position. And not bad, leaks it a little bit right. What is my club path? It is 5.4 degrees out to the right. I told you, that's my tendency, okay? I always swing it out to the right. So, let me get myself set up to a golf ball, and we're gonna push that ball over here, way forward in my stance. Now, what am I going to do? I can't make the same golf swing. So what will I do to make contact with that golf ball? Well, what I will do is I will get to the top, and I will have to move the club more in this fashion from the top. I'll have to change the shape of my circle and twist it, because when we twist our circle, we change where the club hits the ground. How do I strike that golf ball? I have to change where the club strikes the ground. So let's have a go. Now, I'm not expecting this to be a straight shot, but I just want to see what changes in my path. So that ball feels a long way forwards. Let's just make a swing, make contact, see what happens. Pretty good contact. I'd be very happy with that. I took ball, I took divot, it felt pretty solid. What is my club path? 10 degrees left. My club path changed by 15 degrees. And do you know how many swing thoughts I had? Zero, none, not one swing thought. The only concept I had, the only goal I had was make solid contact. Can I hit the golf ball? And because the ball moved in my stance, my swing changed to accommodate that. Now, what are many of you going to be doing? Many of you will have a club path which is normally 10 degrees left, okay? So you would need to go the opposite. You would need to be putting the ball back in your stance. Now, on a little side note, because that ball was forward, I had to change my swing and I swung to the left. That's why so many golfers slice the driver, because where do we have to play the driver? Forward in our stance, up in our stance, and it creates that shape, it creates that movement which shifts the path left. So in a minute, well, towards the end of the video, we're going to show you how you can actually swing drive and get away with having that ball so far forward and not swing out to win. So let's have a look at something that might help so many of you. I would have you do this little exercise if you are a chronic slicer of the golf ball, if you know that you swing out to win. If you don't know if you swing out to win, you probably do, because that's what almost all golfers do. So here's what you're going to do as a little exercise. You're going to take a setup. I'm going to keep the club on the ground, and I'm going to rotate the club back away from the target, and basically as long as that club stays on the ground, I should be able to hit a golf ball anywhere on that arc. So if I swing back to here, place the golf ball back there, I should be able to make contact with that ball. Now, as you can see, that is a long way back, and it's probably out the zone of my full swing kit now, so it probably won't even pick this up. But how would I make contact with that? Well, if I went to the top and I made my kind of normal lungy over the top move, I've got zero chance. So I would have you pushing the ball back, and I mean a long way back. You can see just how far I've got that back, and just practice really low speeds making contact. Now, the ball's not going to go straight, but what would I do? Have a look at my swing from down the line. I'd go back and I would drop the club down this way. Look where my club is going from the top. It's going more down. It's changing my path. So if I asked a slicer to make contact with that ball, what would their swing look like? Something like that. It would not look like that normal out to in, over the top, swipe across. It would look completely different. Now, can we go on the course and play that way? Of course not. But this is a great way to start to change your swing, because I know that so many of you will be watching this video thinking, I've been trying to fix my over the top for years, or I've been trying to change my ball flight driver for years and I'm really struggling. Use the golf ball. It's so powerful. It will change your golf swing. So what I would use that for is I would then start to take that ball, which was kind of way back here, and move it a little bit closer. So the next shot I hit, the ball might be, you know, a few inches back. So again, I'm going to see that change, but not quite as extreme. And what I'm trying to do when I do this drill is I'm using that drill to create movements, feels, and ideas. Okay, I want to be going deep into what am I doing to achieve this? How does it feel different to what I normally do? Is it different in transition? Is it different in what my arms do? Is it different in what my legs do? We're trying to find a feeling that helps, because then what we're going to do is we're going to go from a normal ball position and we're going to try and deliver the golf club using those feelings and those ideas. So here's a really important message. Drills don't always change your golf swing on the course. They can change it in practice. The goal is to use that drill to create ideas, concepts, feels, develop movements, become more comfortable with those movements. But when you get onto the golf course, who changes your golf swing? You do. You have to actively change it. So if I'm trying to change my path from an out to in to an in to out, that drill, ball back, is going to give me the ideas and the feels what I need to do. But on the golf course, I've still got to do it. I've still got to make that swing change. So use ball position, it's really powerful. So driver, really important, because, you know, if you think about what we just said, we kind of said as the ball gets further forward, the path gets left. And we saw that with the data. So when I take a setup here, and I have the ball so far forward in my stance, surely that ball position is creating this over the top swing and out to in path and a downward attack angle. Well, it is. For many of you, that's why you'll be struggling with the driver. And there'll be quite a few who watch this, I'm sure, who hit the irons relatively straight, but as soon as you pick up that driver, what happens? You get those big curving shots out to the right, and it's very often because that ball position is so far forward. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give you a little trick that you can use with the driver, because we want that ball forward because we've got to hit up on it. So here's what you're going to do. You are going to get yourself set up, and you are going to take your shoulder alignment and you're going to angle it a little bit right of where your body is. So you can see how my feet are aligned down here, but my upper body is here. The ball being further forward wants to twist my circle this way. So at setup, I'm going to do a couple of things which twist it the opposite way. And we're going to have to sort of balance that out a little bit. Okay, so my tendency with the driver is to get my shoulders a little open. Okay, so this is really helpful for me. So we take a setup, we close the shoulders. Now, when we close the shoulders, it actually feels easier to do that if we can start with the driver head some 4 to 5 inches back of the golf ball. So I've got a setup now where my shoulders are slightly closed and the driver head is about, let's call it a foot back of the golf ball. That little tweak will offset what my swing is likely to do. The reason this works is because the ball is teed up. I can hit this ball on the way up. So watch this. This little tweak in setup is going to mean that even with that ball position so far forward of my body, Golf is all about controlling your club path and controlling your club face to that path. What we've done in this video is giving you some really simple exercises that will, 100%, I guarantee it, change your club path. You can see I've done it in this video. If you can learn how to change your club path, you can learn to hit any shot that you want, or more importantly, you can learn to fix any ball flight that you've currently got, whether it be a hook, whether it be a slice. This is the most powerful tool you've got on your golf bag to change your golf swing. Use it correctly.